Was lavender. It's still growing outside in a pot, and I will tell you, it's my son's girlfriend, Lily. It's her favorite. Every time she comes home from school, she's like, can I go pick some lavender? I'm like, yeah, go pick it. She likes to make little potpourri and bring it home. In fact, I have a piece of lavender hanging in Danny's room. She's like, put it up there because you could dry it, and it's amazing. It's called Phenomenal Lavender. You're gonna get 3 plants in 3 pots, okay? And when you order it, they're right behind me here. I will say, because when I got mine, there was already lavender on it, and there is one. There's actually one little lavender plant already coming out right there, and you see it. Can you see a little lavender right up there? This stuff is amazing. It's probably used in every spa across the world, right? Because we all know what lavender does. I told everybody you can cook with lavender flower as well. It's amazing. The scent is intoxicating. I'm gonna let Rochelle go. We have about 8 minutes or so, Rochelle. We're spending some time on the lavender because we know everybody's buying it. But when you look at the after, here's a full-grown plant. This is about what mine looks like. And you can see, look at these and the scent of the leaves, of the flowers. I always like to peel some. Oh my gosh. There's nothing like lavender, Rochelle, nothing.
Nothing. And well, and I just want to say, that is probably the full grown size in a pot, but I've planted mine out in my vegetable garden. I have, you know, raised beds, and I plant it on the outer edge of the raised beds just because I like to brush against it as I'm walking by. But they'll get bigger than that in a non-potted situation where their roots can, you know, expand out a little bit better. They're a lot like a lot of other plants where if you want to control the size, control the pot. But these, okay, there's so many special things about this. I want to tell you, when I've lived in my house here for 17 years, and I moved here from England. And so I had all this English garden stuff in my brain. And as you know, if you've kind of looked at any English or French gardens, they love lavender. And that's what I was trying to grow here. I live in Boston, and everything failed. And I just want to say, one of the most amazing things that has happened in horticulture over the last, say, 15 years is the developments of American lavender. 15 years ago, you could not get lavender that was grown for an American garden and our conditions here, and now you can. I could not grow lavender up here in Boston. Now I can. I could not grow lavender in heavy soils. Now I can. You could not grow lavender, in this cold. This, by the way, is my favorite. I grow probably 10 different varieties, and here's why it's my favorite. This is the only one. It's snowing right now. If the snow weren't on it, it's the only one that would actually look really nice. It looked nice all winter. Its evergreenness really stayed. These leaves stayed like they are now, whereas all the other ones, they kind of dry up for the winter and then they throw out new leaves, so they don't look quite as pretty in the winter. These are fantastic for that. There's, of course, the flower. These are, you know, as potent as any lavender you can find. I like to put mine, I like to put it in lemonade. Speaking of food, I think that just adds a nice little touch to my lemon. But the other thing I like to do is pick the flowers, because as you said, it's the scent. It's the scent that we know and love. We use it to relax ourselves. It's, you know, kind of a sleep-inducing, calm-inducing, just relaxing scent. It's used in spas everywhere. I like to hang a bunch of it above my kitchen sink, so when I'm washing up the dishes and stuff, the steam coming off the hot water kind of activates it.
Yes.
It's so good. Other people do it in the shower. I like the kitchen sink. It's just so nice to have that scent right from your garden. I mean, that's the most amazing thing. I love when I can bring stuff in from my garden and, you know, feel that nature around me is just part of my life and my lifestyle, you know? It's so nice.
It's the most calming flower that I have. I mean, when I go out there, and if you feel stressed at all, you know what you do? You go out and you grab a little in your hands and rub it in your hands and put your face in there. I'm telling you, it works. It really does. It'll calm you down. If you've had a stressful day, and you know, I don't have too many stressful days, you know, but when I do, and you know, sometimes I do with my family, you know, Danny has an issue or my mom has an issue, you know, or work, whatever it is, and you get all these things on top of you and you're trying to figure it all out. Take some time, grab a little lavender in your hands, rub it together like that. Put it up to your head. Just take a time out for yourself. This is one of those things that can really help. And look up lavender recipes online. I've done lavender. I've done chicken with lavender before. You can do it in vegetables. Lavender is great in potatoes and other things. There's a lot of different
cocktails.
Yeah, awesome in cocktails. Way to go, Rochelle. You can use it in a variety of things. You can make your own potpourri. You can make your own soap with lavender. You can do so many things, or you could just watch it be beautiful. And let me tell you, the way it moves in the wind and the breeze, you know, if you've ever looked at pictures of English gardens, or especially if you've looked at the, I've been out to the wine region in France, you see a boatload of lavender out there in addition to the vineyards. So, you know, because they use herb de Provence out there, that's part of it. So you'll see it everywhere. And the fields, I mean, you can smell it. You feel like you're in a giant, like the whole country is one big spa. You can have that same thing at home. $24.95 will get you 3 plants in pots. All you got to do when you get them home, put them in a larger pot, give them a little water. They can handle extreme heat. They can handle extreme cold. They're very, very durable. They're not a temperamental plant at all. I've had mine for 3 years. I don't do nothing but water it. And I go over and I snip pieces of it off all the time, and it never gets upset. It just keeps on going. So I think if you've never owned it before, today's a great day to pick it up, Rochelle.
Yeah, these are very drought tolerant. I mean, they're from the Mediterranean, so that's not a place of, like, you know, wet summers or anything. It's hot, dry situations where they really flourish. But if you're a gardener who has had trouble growing lavender, as so many of us have, the developments that we have had, and this being one of the only American-bred lavenders bred for the American market, which is so unique. I mean, that's truly something new. Just in the last year, I think, is when these first came out. Before that, you always had to buy English or French lavender and hope they worked in your garden. So, and a lot of times they didn't, to be honest. So this is a revelation in lavender for our market and for our gardens in the U.S. to have those big, chubby, and these, by the way, have some pretty substantial blooms compared to some of the other lavender varieties. So you get even more of that flower power and scent. They're great for pollinators. By the way, nothing could be better if you want something to help your vegetable garden out. Plant this in and amongst all your vegetables. This is going to bring all the bees and butterflies and things that are going to help your vegetables pollinate. So
I get
for that.
Tons of those. It's funny because they, especially butterflies, I come out there, there's at least 1 or 2, I have these two yellow butterflies, and they love the lavender. They're out there all the time, and they absolutely love it. So if you want to get it, item number 745462, only $24.95. You're going to get 3 of these beautiful plants. They'll probably have flowers on them already, and all the instructions that you need. And remember, no matter where you live, we will get them to you at the right time for planting, so don't worry about that. Your credit card will not be charged until they go in the mail. Thanks, Rochelle. Good to see you again. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care. All right, we're going to step away, and when we come back, we have our absolutely very best value of the day and a pressure washer from our friends at Earthwise. Be right back.